This is my folio base, and I'm gonna measure it for you. It is 12 inches. That's 12 inches, and that is 10 inches for this one, and this one is 8 by 10. I scored this one. That's an inch. Score it at 8 inches and 10 inches. Score it an inch on that side, and I scored 1 inch on this side. This part is my front. This is the back. 8 inches, 10 inches, and score the 3 sides at 1 inch to fold that over like that. This flap here, I've put some score tape on already, and that is how I'm going to put it together. Okay. And it's gonna fold over like that. And there's my spine. Let's do that. I will do this first and put that on, and then I'm gonna try and make sure that my score lines are lined up very close. Okay, and just gonna take it a little bit away from the score line. It's very hard to see the black on black, but I think that is it. And then I fold this over, and it's all in one straight line. I will fill in with glue so that it is nice and secure. And let's see if I can. A little bit away. This one is lining up. And that one a little bit down. Think, yes, that looks good. So I can press that down. And now I can take this backing off, and I can burnish. That's easy. And I've got a little bit of the glue seeping out. I'm just going to clean it up. And that is the base of our folio. So now we can do all the rest. And I will have my glue. I'm going to put some glue in between. And because it's just to save on your score tape. If you do have very good glue, you can just use glue and not score tape. That will be fine as well. And let me do the rest. And don't forget, when you do cut these ones here, to cut on an angle. It's just to get it a nice fold, and there's not too much bulk here. I did notch that one in also. I used scissors with a very sharp point, and I can cut up to my score line there. And I did on the side there as well. When you bring this over, you will have a nice miter corner. If it's touching here, and I am just gonna cut a little bit more off, and that is better. This is the paper pack that I'm going to use for this folio. It is Violetta from Scrub Boy. And there are 12 double-sided sheets in this pack. And then you do have your ephemeras that you can cut out. This is the first page. And that's on the opposite. It's really very, very nice paper. Beautiful colors. This is on the opposite. And this is on this side. And you do have your sentiments at the bottom here. This one, and that is on the opposite side. This is the frames. And all the tags. And that's the on this side. I'm also going to use some solid cardstock. I just took this out of the pack so it's not blurry or shiny in the camera. This is from Kreiser Craft and it's called Hysteria. Can you see? Come, camera. Anyway, this is still available. I still have this, and it's in beautiful with this paper pack. Now what I'm going to do is first I'm going to cut out all of this because I am going to use it all. So I'm going to start fussy cut. You can see I started and then I decided, let's do a video. This paper is too beautiful. I'm going to cut this all out and I'm going to come back and then we can start doing the first page. Put some Tyvek on the spine where it bends. You don't need to. It's just, I'm so used to doing it with my albums, and it won't hurt if you put some Tyvek, a small piece, because if you fold it, that is nice and crisp and it's steady. It gives that a little bit of a body to it because we don't have anything here to close it. And I've cut this paper, decided I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put that in the inside. And I do have another piece here to put it in like that. This is what I'm going to do for the inside. So I did put score tape on the side of the spine where the fold lines are. It's just to help it better and make sure that you can fold your pages. And I'm here in the middle. I'm going to take that, and that's on the edges. I'm not taking it all off. I'm just doing it step by step and make sure it is correct. I don't want to undo it. That and that one. That's on top of the Tyvek. that I've put my score tape. And let's finish it. Now I can take all of that off. I can take this one off. I can put a little bit of glue in here. And I can take this one off. And I see I am a little bit over there, and I'll just fold the score tape in and press it down. Right. And then I can do this little piece as well. Okay, it is all on. And now we need to get our score line back. Put everything on, and I've got my score lines. It was very hard to see where they are, but I did find it and bend it, and there it is. And I must say, this feels very good. It feels like it's steady, and you can see that all the edges are flat. They are all lying flat with the paper. This one did lift a bit. I did put some glue there, and yeah, now it is all flat. So this is the front page, and this is the back page. Okay. And it is time to put our pages in. Because this is a spine, it's 2.5, I think. No, just 2 inches. Just 2 inches, and it's not a lot of pages. So let's start doing that. Let me show you. I do have my pages in. So all that I did is I start at the back one. That's on the back one, the back page. And the flap, I did bring it very close to my fold line. And I've placed it down. Did that score tape at the back, and I pull it off, and then I butt the next one against that score line. And so I placed that one in, and I made sure I'm even here and I'm even on that side. Next one, I did exactly the same, butt it up, make sure I'm even, and then the last one, butt it up and make sure I'm even. There's 4 pages. And that is the folio. I'm very happy with it. I didn't know that it will be this easy. Okay, so now we can start decorate the pages. I do have my first page ready, and I can walk you through and show you what I've done. This side of the folio, it's going to be my first page. This base page, I cut this down 6.5 by 7.5. So 6.5 in the width, and then 7.5 in the length. The fold out, I do have the fold out. It is 11.5 inches in the length that way, and 7.5 that way. And then I score at 0.5 inch for the flap at the bottom, And then I score at 6 3/4. It's that one, and it gives you this little flap on this side. I don't know how much this measures. 4 3/4. So yes, you can put a nice photo, and I do have the tape and everything ready so that I can place it in. And I think that is what I'm going to do. Let me just get my thing that I can lift score tape, the backing off, and then I am going to do glue as well. And I've placed this, and it's all okay. Now, I've just made sure that I lined it up with the black page, just the best that I can. And then we do have this one over here. Now, what I decided is I'm going to do a pocket. It is not enough paper, so I add this at the bottom, and when you do make your pocket, you can see that at the top. And this is 7.5 by 6, and then I'll just put the pocket that it cover a little bit of the pattern paper, and the pocket, it is 4 inches with 1/2 inch score line, and the flap is underneath there. And then this is 7, and I score 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and that's going to be the flaps at the back. And I think I am going to glue that down. And my pocket is on. I've put some score tape on the back, and it's ready to go on this middle page. Let me do that. And I still got this backing to pull off, and I can burnish. So my pocket is on, and all good. So I've got it off the score line, off the score line. Very important. Ephemera, I fussy cut it out, and I've just put it back on a black cardstock because it looks much better. And I've done this side as well. Put it on a black cardstock. It's not tuck spots. It's just plain. You can put a photo on here. Yeah, you can put a photo, you can journal, or you can journal. It's up to what you want. I like to do my journaling on this side. That's also from the ephemeras. Put it on black cardstock and just glue it all down. And this come over, and on this page, it is a belly band that I've got here. Now for the belly band, I've measured. It is 7 3/8 by 6 1/4. This is just an offcut that I had. It's not a specific width or length. That it is 1 1/2. The pattern paper, it is 1 1/7. It's 1 1/8. And this is from the ephemeras. Put it also on black cardstock, and I've put that on. Now, this piece was one piece that was solid, and I wanted to use it here. So I just put it on the solid cardstock to give me enough for the black to cover the black on that page, just to cover it. And that's why I've got this poly band. It is 8.5. Score it at a half, make sure it fits, and I fold it over. I don't score it. I just fold it over very tight onto my paper and make sure it's gonna fit, because then what you've put in here, there is enough space to do that. And I'm just going to put some score tape on. I'm not going to glue it. That will be fine. And I'm going to do score tape all around, and then I'll place it on the page. I've done all the backing of the score tape, and now I can burnish down. And I did fill in with glue as well. And this is our front or first page. It's done, and it folds out like that. I don't have a closure here. Hopefully this will stay down. And that's my notes. Let's come to our pages. This will be the second page, and they all measure 7 1/4 by 7 1/2. And let's do the first one. That is my base page. It measures 6 3/8 and 7 1/8. This one is a little bit smaller than that one because that side is bigger, and that will be for all my base pages that I'm going to use for these 4 pages. 6 3/8 and 7 1/8. If you do the same, you can do just 7 and just leave the 1/8, but I think it fits nicely onto the black page. The fold out. I do have a fold out that's going to come over like that. And that measures 8 by 6 1/2. Now, I think I do have this measurements not right. Let me check it. Yes, that is correct. The 8 inches is in the length. The 6 1/2 is in the width. You score at 1/2 inch, and it comes over the whole page like that. Then I do have this page for the back of the flap that comes over. Just plain cardstock because I want to put ephemeras on here. And this measures, it's going to be 6 3/8 by 7¼ That is just the plain paper that I'm going to use for this side. And it's coming over like that. And then the front here, I do have a pocket. So it's exactly the same measurements that I used for that one. And we're going to use it for the front. And we do have a pocket. It is a 7½ score at half, score at half, 5¼ and score at half. And this is coming around here. Why I do have this big pocket is because of this piece was cut off from this paper. No, sorry, from this paper over here. Where is it? From here, that piece was left, and I didn't want to cut it down, and it fits absolutely nicely onto this pocket. That's why it is the measurements for this. Let me put this all and glue it all down, and then I can show you what it looks like. I do have the pattern paper on the pocket, and I cut off the corners on both sides. So when you fold it over like that, it makes a nice mitre corners. That goes underneath this, the colored cardstock. And that is how I do it. And make sure it fits before I glue it down. So let's glue that down. And I'm putting off the last little bit and burnish my page. I've just put some white paper so I can see where the black ends. It's very hard. That is a fold out also done, and I will come back to do the ephemera. Just got some glue seeping out here and clean it. That's better. That's all good. Yes, look at my small rubber. I do have another one, but I will finish this one first. And I think this is all good. That is our first 2 pages. Just going to tuck that in there. So the back page that we're going to work with do have the notes here. And that was that offcut from here, and this one did not have enough. It comes up to here. This was short, and I just add some purple cardstock with it, and I want to use this side, and that is okay. I'm okay with that the purple sticks out there, and I'm just going to make another pocket. That's all. So that's the base, and just want to take the purple on the side was also to have this pulled in so I can have around around the base page that it can go. Otherwise, this black would have sticking out here. I will put some ephemeras on here, and then you won't even notice that I had short paper. Now, the pocket here, it measures 8 by 5.5. Score at half, and I did cut that off so that that you have a nice corner. And this is just plain coming around the paper like that. I'm going to do that, glue it down, putting my score tape on, and I'm going to place it on the page. And I'm on the last backing of the score tape, and let's burnish. Make sure it is down. And it is. That page is done. I'm just make sure this is secure. Right. I'm just going to take my paper, slide it in there so I can see. So we're going to come to this page. So this is what I do have. This is a page where you get all these, shall I say, cards that you can cut out. I've done those two. They're exactly the same, but you can see the design is just on the opposite side. And then this one is the only one in the design that is like this. So what I decided, this is my base page. I didn't want to use the pattern paper because I want to showcase this. And I decided this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that one there first. Then I will do this one overlap. And then I will have that one overlap. This is the idea. This measures, and there's 3 of them that are exactly the same. This measures 6.25, score at 1/2 inch, and the width is 4 1/8. So you've just got a nice black border around the pictures. This one is going to be first, and I'm going to make sure that is a little bit from the bottom and a little bit from the side so that you can still see it like that. And then I'm gonna glue it down. Let me do that. And I do have that. And now it is still black on the other side. I will come back to that. If I do have paper left, I will put, or otherwise I will put some just solid cardstock, the purple at the back. But that is how it's worked. I don't have a closure for it. I've got something in mind. That's why I'm not going to put this down, glue this down. I'm just need to see if my closure is going to work on this. And I think I need to have a closure because this is gonna, it is gonna open when you turn the page. So that's why this is gonna stay like that. Keep it in place. Then we're going to go on to this one over here. Just going to put my black paper there and close my glue so I can open it again. And let's see what we do have for this page. Let me tell you what I've done on this side. This is the opposite or the back of this one. My base page, I was that stripped short again, and I just add that on. The idea is I am going to put some decorative paper, a strip or 2 strips or whatever like this, and so that you don't see that I add on, because I wanted to use this opposite the flowers. I think it looks nice together. And this is just a fold out again. I was thinking of making this a pocket, but I will come back to this page. I will revisit that one. So the base page that I've put in is exactly the same measurement as this one, 6 3/8 by 7 1/8. And the fold out that I've got here is 11 inches by 7 1/8. And then I've just put the fold out on, glue it at the back, the flap, bring it over, and I want this part to show. I made a mark there, and that's where I score. And that's going to be score at 1/2 inch and then score at 6 3/4. That comes up to here, and then you do have this flap. This side. And I'm just going to call it a waterfall. And this is what I do have. My black pages. Let me grab it. It's 3. Yes, it's 3 of them. They measure 4 3/4 by 7 1/8. And there's 3 of them. And we score at 1/2 inch. And then that comes on to the long side. That is just going to let a small show from the base page. And then I'm going to grab this one, going to put it underneath, and grab that one, and that's going to go underneath that. And this is, I cut that one out, cut one of the flowers, and then I've got that one. That's how it's going to go. These ones, the pattern paper measures 4 1/8 by 7 inches. And we will glue that on and make sure there's just a little bit of black showing all around. Now, for a closure of this, I do have it here. And that is the paper for it. When I get to this, I will show you. I had this in my previous tutorial as well. I love this closure. Really, really very nice. Easy. But I will go through it and I'll show you exactly what I'm doing with that. Let me put this together. Hi. I do have this on the page, and they fold out like that. Now, for the closure, I do have these pieces here. I can measure this for you. So, you need two 5 inches long, and I do have this at 1.5, and then I score at 1/2 inch, and I score at 3/4 of an inch on both of these ones. And then I do have this piece. This piece measure in the length. It's 2.5, and this is 1 1/4 of this black piece. That's going to go underneath, and that one is going to go underneath, and they're going to go over like that. This one, I've just folded over. I didn't score it, I just folded over. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it there, and I'm going to move this piece. I'm going to move it like 1/8 of an inch away from my fold line there. And then I'm going to fold it over again. And then I will burnish and burnish. Okay, so there is a bit of a play. It's just 1/8 of an inch that you need. You don't need anything more than that. Pattern paper. You can put anything what you like. I gonna have to do it this way, but first I want to see if this is long enough. So I'm gonna show you how it's gonna work. It's all gonna go in there, underneath. Gonna hold it, and this is gonna close. Just need to get it in there. That's it. So that's gonna close. And I think this is long enough. And when you open it, you're just gonna pull that one out, and you open it. Right, so I'm going to put my pattern paper on, and then I can show you what it looks like. Okay, let me show you. Put my pattern paper on, and this piece needs to come onto this one. If you want to do it, it doesn't matter which side you're going to do it. For me, it's the left-hand side's much easier to put that in, and that's about where I'm going to have it. Then I'm just going to hold it, pull this out, and that's going to be my spot. I'm going to hold it so I can glue the flaps, and just make sure that I'm straight. And let's see if I'm straight. think that is it. Now I do have this piece to cover the back here, and I might get a bigger piece. I'm gonna probably leave that for now, and let's see. That's the closure. That's easy, really easy, and I'm very fond of it, and there is so much space to put your photos. Score type around, and then I'm going to place my page in. And I'm going to burnish. This is just on this side. And then we can close this. Okay. And that's this page done. We're going to come on to this one over here. These two pages, I die cut this out, and they really big. This one measures nearly 6, and this way it is 5.5. And this one is, I think it's a little bit smaller. This one is 5 by 5. So, and I really want to use it. So what I decided is I am going to make a pocket. So this can fit on top of the pocket. That is my base page, and this pocket fits on top of my page. And that measures 6.5. It's a little bit less than 6.5, but if you want to make it 6.5, you can. And then this way it is 7, and just score at half, score. This one I score a little bit more, so this can fit on here. That was the idea. And it's gonna go on top of my pattern paper. I will bring it a little bit down, so when you put something in on that side, you know you've got enough space to do that. This one, there's no beige page, but this one is gonna go a long way, and it's gonna fit the whole page, and that is gonna be like that. And then I might still trim this a little bit more so that you've got more space. Or I can change it. Let me change it. This side it is easier to put in. I will have the opening on this side, but I will trim this a little bit more, and then I will get some off-cut of paper, and then I will fold that in. This measures, it is 6.5, and this side is 8.5. Well, I just make sure that it fit onto the page because there's no base page, okay? And like I said, I will trim this probably a hair. Okay, if I turn it this way, Yes, it will probably I will probably trimmed it 3 3 8 3 8. Yep. That is how much I will take off. Let me do this and I can show you when I'm done. I decided to do the closure of, like, it looks like a belly band, but it's not. It is 2 Velcro dots, and I close this, and I just left that black. Decided to just leave that black and to close it just with Velcro dots. Now, this was just off cuts that I had, and that measures 2 inches wide, and then you need to have 2 pieces that is 5 1/4, and score it at 1/2 inch. I'll score that one at 1/2 inch. This one I score 1/2 inch, and I went 1 notch on 1/8 of an inch, and I score it. Then I placed it underneath my pattern paper. I cut that one shorter, so all that I do is I put the two together and see how far I want to have it lapped over, and that distance is quite a long piece for having it over, and ephemera, and then on this side I did put another ephemera here, and I think it is a tuck spot. Yeah, it is a tuck spot. And yeah, that pocket is done, and I just got a photo mat inside, so very easy, that closure. This one, I've just left this plain with the paper. It's really nice. And then I decided to make a pocket. Let me pull this over. I decided to make us a pocket, but I cut 1 inch off. It was a little bit too long here, so I cut 1 inch off, and I glue it on the side. This was offcut from that. I've just flipped it on the back side. I think I've still got a piece here. That's it. And that was on the opposite side. And I've just put that over there. And that's a nice pocket. There you can journal, or you can put photos. This side here, I've just did a decorative strip. It was a little bit short, and I've put some ephemeras here. Then I don't know if this is going to stay close, but if that's a problem, I can do Velcro dots. This page, I've done the 2 pockets here. Let me just grab. So there is that pocket and this pocket here on the side. Nice and deep pocket. Over here, I do have, just going to put that over there. I do have my base page ready. And what I've done here, it is It's a pocket. It's a fold out pocket. And oops. And that's what it is. It's a nice big pocket. On this side, there's going to be another fold out pocket. So I've started already. I've started already with this pocket here. Let me give you the measurements for this one. That is 6 inches, and then I score it half an inch, and I score another. I don't know if I did do half an inch. 6 inches. I did 3/8 of an inch, and then I did 3/4 of an inch. 3/8 and 3/4 of an inch. That it's 2 score lines, and it is like that. And in the length, I've got it the same as my base page. That is score it half an inch, score it sorry. This is not exactly the same as the base page. It is 8 inches. Score it half an inch, and that goes inside the flaps. And then I've just add this onto the flaps and I glue it down here. This piece, it is 7 inches and it's by 5. That's how big your pocket is. I'm going to do this one with you so you can see exactly what I do mean about it. So this measurements of this one, it is 7, and I scored half an inch on this side and half an inch on that side. This one, it is 5.5 inches, and I scored half an inch, and I fold it over. Okay. Now we need to put another piece on here. This is what I do have, and it's just another offcut that I've got. It's 8 inches, but it is 5. It's 5.25. I might have to cut it off on this side, but that is fine. First I'm going to do this. So this is what I do. I'm just going to glue up this side of the flap first. Now I make sure that I'm on the edge there and I'm on this edge here, because you want it to be flat. And let's put this one down. So I lined it up with the top there. I moved it. Just gonna move it a little bit up, like 1/8 of an inch over and 1/8 of an inch away here. I'm going to show you why. Because we need to bring this down, and we need to glue that down, and we need to have it away from our score line. So if you moved it up 1/8 of an inch, that will be fine. And you will see there we can, come on, we can cut that off. Okay, then so this is dry by now. Yeah, it is. It's done. So I'm going to just gonna clean I'm just going to do a line of glue to close the pocket. And I do it away, 1/8 of an inch away. And then I'm going to do this one as well. And I'm going to go down on the side and on the edge there. Don't need to do that piece. Okay. And I think that's all okay. I'm going to hold this. I'm going to bring it down. Make sure you are straight. Bring the flap down. Push it down. And that is it. I could have cut it exactly the length and the width, this off cut, but this is also fine if you struggle and you can't get it always straight and even. This is another easy way of doing it. And let's just cut, put my scissors on an angle so I can see my score line, my score, and that's it. Easy. And over here, I'm just going to follow, and that's it. Okay. So, and that is our pocket. This is how I do my pockets. And they come out very nice and neat, and you can see for yourself. Yes, I struggle to get everything square and line up and all that. I just want to close my glue. And then that one is going to go over. This one is going to come underneath. And we're going to do this like in the middle of our page. I'm going to bring it over, and that's about where it should be. Okay, let me glue it. I glue it in the book. I can take this out now. And it is on the page. Very easy, and I do like these pockets. They're really nice, good pockets. I'm going to work on this, and see what paper I'm going to get onto that. I don't have a lot of paper left, but I'll see what I can do. And then this is on our last page. And I've done this already. And let me show you. The measurements for the page, it is 7.5 by 6 7/8. And then the photo placements, it is 3 1/8 by 3.5. Now I decided I want to have a fold over here, but I think it's just going to be too much. I'm going to leave this as is, and let me grab, I just want to get, yeah, I do, I've got this one. It is a tuck spot where you can put all the full photos that you can tuck in. And it will stay. It won't fall off. So I must just do a better job. And there it is. It will stay. I'm going to place this in the book. And tape all around, and I will fill in with glue, and I will put it onto the last page. The folio is finished. Let me show you what I've done. On the front page, I'll bring it for you closer. You can see I've put some stickles on it, and the stickles that I use is unicorn. I don't know if you can see. It's really pretty. And I've just did a few flowers and the bows, the spine and the back. So what I've ended up to do, I've put this onto the spine. I do like it. It looks very, very elegant. And I did bring it a little bit to the back. Let's go inside. This is my belly band, and I've used all the paper. That is a photo mat, and then I'm gonna have to bring this and flip it open. And that's a tuck spot there. Let me take that away. This. And there is photo mat again. This is a little tuck spot. And on this side, let me show you. I've put some stickles on the flowers there. Sorry, you can't really see it. And this is the photo mats. Not photo mats. This is the waterfall. Okay. And this comes down. And there is another pocket. And then we do have a side waterfall onto this and closure. I still need to put some offcuts here, and I think I used that little piece already. And then there's the big pocket for a photo mat. This is a side pocket. And there's another photo mat. And on this page, this is a pocket that folds out. And then there's another pocket that folds out. Closure with hook and loop. And then there is 4 photos that you can tuck underneath. And that is the folio. I'm really happy the way it turns out. And I will thank you again for stopping by and spending time with me. Until the next one, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and the notification bell.